You said we live?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're here today. Well, first of all, this is ICU speaking. And I'm here today to whoop my brother.
You just gonna open the stream by lying?
Is this the way that I live my life?
I see.
Giving facts.
Lies.
Alright, but we about to play this draft champions. We just drafted our teams, but we only doing that to give the people something to watch while we discuss what we would like to see happen in Madden 18. Yeah. So let me start off by just asking you, Bomber. What don't you like most about the current Madden that we
Most, I mean, just like, this is like an ongoing sort of, issue. We've been doing this for a while, and just the fact that, everybody can find something and just exploit the game to become this.
So the picks are in. We welcome you to this
I don't even know how to describe it. Just this, basically a parody of what the game is supposed to be. The offensive play style that people play with now, where it's like all crossing routes and slants, and essentially is damn near unstoppable. And I'm just waiting for the day that Madden just gets away from that, where you just have to play the game, and your defense will adjust to, actually adjust to things that they see over and over and over again.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't know if the off-night engine that they're putting in.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Hopefully, I definitely get what you're saying, though.
Now McNair looking for a first down
for
throw.
me,
to Shepard, complete over the middle.
I don't know. Like, that is one of the things that I don't
it's
like.
Second down.
To me, I think the thing that I don't like most about
they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the
like,
coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about
I guess
it,
a player work,
they like his work ethic.
or,
This guy's running every route well
for
on the route
instance,
tree and getting
to make
better
the
at it all the time.
franchise,
Really honing his game.
I don't like how you get all of these first for people and it don't even work. Like, they got the overall fly all in the first. But, like, for instance, I got Daniel Hunter in the league, and he got 99 connections on every
they know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Yeah, and I definitely, remember when in that league and I had Aaron Donald, and the thing, I thought it was brilliant, that I would just take him and match him up, move him around the line, so he was matched up on the worst offensive lineman that my opponent had.
Right.
But, that made zero difference. If I saw your right tackle couldn't, run block, I would match him up on your right tackle.
Yeah.
But, people coming off the right side rushing for, 10 yards a pop. So it's like, what does this do? What am I here for?
To throw McNair. This one complete to Muhammad
Sanu. That's definitely something they gotta
but now they face third down.
Work on. Another thing, another inconsistency. This is
no matter what, you really can't hide
I don't even know what their formula is for it, but the one-on-one situation,
going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you,
like being able to swerve your wide receiver so the DB
I think he knew right
can't
away
then
that he
you
wasn't going
got
to get to his primary guy.
you got
I think he read that as soon as he
the
got to the line
one-on-one
of scrimmage.
situation because you throwing it up to some
I know how to beat that, and that's what
5'10"
he
guy
did.
on the 6
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
he will still come down with it. But then I got 6'6" guys 93 catching traffic, 90 catching, all of the above, and they just can't hold on to a ball in one-on-one situations. So
are you coming at me because I had Tyreek Hill?
We hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50, the ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there, who's going to make a play on the football? In this case, the defensive guys
but for real, I just don't get it. I understand, like, the speed, like, you outwin somebody with a small little feet. If it's a jump ball situation and I got these receivers that I done built up and it's one-on-one, I just don't ever, like, completion rate, like, 3%.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
He's coming down with the
who is this?
Feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
But you know, another thing, and I know you know about this, is when you throw to a certain receiver, and that receiver doesn't catch the ball, or, you know, for some reason can't catch the ball, but you have another receiver in the area, and he, you know, 100% can make a play on that ball, catch that ball, turn it upfield, but he don't know what a football is in that moment.
Like, his awareness is
just
non-existent.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that, like, that's something you gotta, because you think about it, you have when it happens on defense, you know, you got you got the tip drill, everything's all good, they got 99 catching at that moment.
Right, but no receiver can make a play on the ball at all.
You don't even recognize that there is a ball, you know, that they are playing football.
Right. I feel, and the thing is, I get that you want to have that tip animation feature or whatever, but the rate at which they catch them in the game is not the same rate that they catch them in the game.
And a lot of times, a tip ball,
linebackers drop the tip interception. I've seen it.
But you know what I've seen more than anything, they're not able to get to, the ball may be tipped in the air, but 9 times out of 10, like, I mean, from what I've seen, nobody's catching that ball once it gets tipped.
Yeah, at the rate that it happened in Madden, every time it's a tip pass and it's a DB in the air, you can count that up.
Right.
And that go back to them situations I was talking about. Like, if I got a receiver with 90 catching, time, spectacular catch, all of the traits and all of that, and then, like, it's one-on-one, so he tip it, it's in the air for 5 seconds, and then give the DB enough time to catch it. Like, that don't...
Right, because it's like they're anticipating the ball being tipped, which, you know, game speed, real life, never.
Yeah, it's not.
You're not looking at your fellow defender thinking, oh, he's gonna tip this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it before and after when the game come out and see what we think. Like, if they change any of that. From what Money told me when he was at EA Play, it seemed like a five-connected franchise. The only thing that they added was the draft board. So, like, if you're not like, if you miss the draft, you know, you can take the draft board up, or they're like select no
Which, I mean, from what I watched that interview, I forget who posted it, but I mean, that's what it sounded like. So, like, they weren't really focused on it this year.
He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and that'll bring up second down.
They said that he said what he got from EA Play was that they were focused on the story mode this year.
Right, which, I mean, I get it, I guess, but how far can you really go with that? Once you play it once, I mean, is it something dynamic you can keep going with, or like once you reach the end of the story, that's it?
I wonder if it would have been a better way for them to incorporate the story mode into the connected franchise. Like, guys that's like got this, like, imagine like if you had, instead of that way, you know how it's guys during the season in connected franchise who like have a story about them and it's like what they're doing in college.
Right.
if they could have just took that and expanded on that in the Panthers franchise, that might have been the better honestly. Because then it would be like you have something to look forward to on top of the draft every season. It's like, oh, this guy that we've been like, for instance, you know how like every season of college football, it's always like a Jameis Winston story or a Marcus Mariota story, Johnny Manziel, but you never know how they're gonna turn out. If that would have been incorporated into the Connecticut franchise in the offseason mode, I think honestly that would have been better.
True. I mean, they sort of diminished that whole thing like that. You know, you used to be up on the the players in the draft. You knew such and such did this, and they just sort of went away from all of that. Like you knew that this top receiver was projected to do whatever, and he didn't end up doing it. Then they just sort of like hid that in the menu that nobody goes into.
Yeah, they did. They did. Because I remember, honestly, I think like you and Pride maybe have been talking about it, and I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like it threw me off like a little bit. Like, you can go and look at the stories, and then I started paying attention to it, and it do help sometimes. But the only thing about that is they don't get too in depth really about the story. Like they may hint something about them, but they won't go into detail. Like it'll be like random, and they may only speak on the player like twice a season. But imagine if it was like a real story behind them each season. You could go like week to week, game to game. Like you could have stuff where like they have like off the field issues or something like that, and then they like drop their draft spot.
Because I mean that happens to a number of players every year, and that as well as players just having a terrible year and just dropping out of dropping from a potential first rounder to fourth or fifth or something.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, as like I've been saying for years, like this is stuff that they used to do. So I don't understand why
they're going backwards.
Right. It's like, having restricted free agency. That's something I've been asking for years, because that'll give you, it kind of make it easier for everybody to have a chance to keep some of their players. And, especially if, maybe you don't plan on keeping them for a long term or something like that.
Yeah.
You think, I'll hold on to them for another year. Or like, if you were trying to get a trade off and you couldn't necessarily get that.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down. Yeah, they add a DB. They set up the screen to Hill.
Childish.
And he's got room. And little Deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. And from our time in college football, where receivers were running the traditional
I know. So going back to the
find open areas,
let me just stick on the animation. So I feel like the thing that they were saying was going to be like, you would see more of was the sack fumbles, and they dwarfed it down and turned it down so much in the update that I don't know how many times I've hit a quarterback in the pocket where the ball ends up coming out like when he's like falling on the ground and he's not even trying to make a pass, and then it'll be like you can still press the pass button after the pass.
Right.
Like after you made contact with the quarterback, you can pass it after he's already been hit, and then they won't call it a fumble. It's just an incomplete pass. And then that also affects what he's trying to get accomplished on defense too, because like I got pressure on the quarterback, I'm not going to get a sack for it now, and he's going to get to go right back to the line of scrimmage where he was before, even though it should have been a sack fumble. You know what I'm saying? So The animations on that is still kind of off. I don't know. I don't know. We just gotta see.
It's a lot as far as, you know. I feel like, you know, at times baptized. At times they'll try to, you know, steer toward a certain thing while, you know, completely neglecting something else.
Yeah, they did. They did it with Mike. Honestly, the connected franchise fell off so much after they started doing the MUT.
Yeah.
It fell off real bad.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2
It's
remaining
like,
here before
I don't want to be that guy, but it's like blatantly like we can't make money off of connected franchise, so we're
from the
not
red zone now. Mariota
touch it.
wants a screen pass. That's
Who
complete.
cares?
I mean, that's essentially what they said they did this year.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout,
Yeah, especially with the story mode.
offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here. As
I
we
wouldn't be
head toward
surprised if like
halftime.
you could buy like coins or XP, like you could buy VCs.
Right.
Second down, Mariota. This will be caught at about the 5.
Who is that, man?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a
I
timeout
believe
by
that
the
is
offense.
this guy.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts.
Get out of here.
Big Mo. Junior.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the
That
field.
is. I'm disgusted.
Possible run.
How come they give you Hall of Fame receivers? They ain't give me nobody.
You alright? You don't
Here's
need the Hall of Fame.
Mariota. He's got it.
Okay, okay. As Randy Moss.
Their big-bodied receiver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
I can't wait to see what the graphics look like gameplay wise. You want to know what threw me off though? I was watching somebody got footage of them playing the game, and if he hadn't said that he was playing Madden 18, I wouldn't have thought he was playing. Like it looked like this.
He will be brought down here at about the
Looks exactly the
But you
same.
know, yeah, but the only thing is it wasn't it was like almost like a video of a video. Like he was recording a TV screen. So it wasn't like it was like, you know, streamed or anything like that. So I gotta see, I guess, for myself. But from that video, I was like, it's actually...
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Mm.
To throw, McNair.
Mm.
It's hauled in by Shepard. So thanks to the late
I didn't realize it
touchdown,
wasn't
it's
a
a
time
tie
limit.
ball game here
Oh,
heading
so
to
they just
break.
gonna
As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check
just
in
gonna
with our
hand you the
friend Larry
advantage.
and the EA Sports halftime
Yeah.
report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
I got something else we can talk about with EA too.
That'll be taken in
We
the
know
end
they're going
zone.
to release this fight tonight.
And the decision to come out is going to cost
Yeah,
him 5
they need to get
yards
on the
for
game
new
with
goal
that,
as he's
'cause
taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out come the
I did
Panthers.
actually
They'll
play
have it
that.
first on offense in the third
They
quarter.
said
They have a chance
that
to
it's a
break our
chance it
tie
could
here
be
as we get a
released,
look at the first
or they
drive
bring
of
it
the
up for
break.
E3.
And it's such a tone
I
setter,
didn't,
isn't it?
Sure,
Because
it's
both
down.
sides trying to seize momentum to begin the
I
half.
don't see nothing else
What
about
do
it.
they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball
think
I
I
down?
wonder
tried.
if it's because they like feel like it's not as popular as it once was, where it was like we should make a video game.
It wasn't that popular in the first place. It was just, you know, a good game. You know, boxing ain't been that
No, I'm talking
popular.
about the sport.
I mean, that's what I mean. Boxing ain't been that popular. And
But it was good enough for them to actually release the game. Like right now, like if you think about the way it was, no, okay,
yes.
okay, all right. Can we please get a different button for pump fake instead of the throwaway?
Yeah, that's awful.
Please, because I just
Nah, you try to pump fake. You try to fake out my defenders.
I'm not
It didn't work out for you.
Listen, I don't know if I have ever seen anybody purposely use a pump fake. Who is that? In any moment in Madden. Ever.
Because it's
I
so
don't even know if pump
dangerous.
fakes be on the game.
Because, you know, when you see a quarterback drop back, he may pump. Oh, shit. He might pump fake like immediately, but you can't. Like, it's like there's a requisite amount of time that must pass before you can pump fake in Madden. You can't just, you know, during your drop back, pretend like you're going to throw it. That's not an option.
And now, if it was a feature where if you pump fake, like, okay, let's say that you pump fake in the pocket and you actually affecting safeties. If you actually shift the safeties to one side of the field to open up the other side, that would be a whole different story. But Maddie, y'all know.
Yeah, because it don't really do much of anything. You know.
Madden don't got the juice like that. Come on.
I drafted all corners. Shouldn't be like this.
Because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
What you mean? There ain't nothing open.
A first down throw for Mariota. Underneath here to Hill. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
What team you think about getting in the franchise?
That'll make it second down.
And Tampa Bay is looking good. Not gonna lie.
You know what I would... You said Tampa Bay probably?
Yeah.
The thing that's concerning me is like with these different game modes, I don't know if I'm going to want to pick a team that where I'm going to have to redo it. Because if it's really like for instance, if you go to a division like, what is it, NFC South, Atlanta,
yeah,
Carolina, Saint. If you go to a division like that, and you got a team where you need some pieces to rebuild, it may take you forever, and it may take time to get your team to the level it needs to be. And it's going to depend on if you plan on like that conservative or whatever the other game is.
Competitive and simulation.
Yeah. So, I honestly don't know. I don't think I know until probably based off of when I play the game to see how everything operates. And then, depending on what game mode we playing. I've seen somebody playing with the Panthers, and you know they saying that they got like spot passing on there now where you can throw to a point and not to the receiver, I guess. Like throw to an area on the field.
Right.
I don't know if he was trying to do that, but it was like maybe 5-yard slant that Cam Newton threw to Calvin Benjamin, and it fell like, I don't even know, like it was nowhere near him. Like it was bad, and I was just like, okay, I know the Panthers didn't have a good season, but that can't be Cam's fault that pass is like that. So,
right.
That's I don't know how great it's gonna be to have like a mediocre quarterback. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is like part of
the team with a good running game on this. I don't know.
Part of the you know each each of the game modes has its advantage, it sounds like, but you know, also the drawback. It's like, if, you know, kind of feel like if I have a 63 overall quarterback, but you know, I feel like I can, you know, work with that, then I should be able to. But also at the same time, you know, you got to understand from, you know, somebody else's standpoint, they got this, you know, ridiculous team, but a 63 overall quarterback is, like, if you're going to do that, they need to make like a week-to-week dynamic where they like, okay, this quarterback is, you know, not very good, but, you know, he had a good game, so, you know, what about next week?
Right, I see what you're saying. Like if you can get them on a roll, like how in real life, a player. Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. Because it's always them guys where, you know what?
Because it's not impossible.
Like it's always a different guy in fantasy football. It's like, what? Like, he's the one? Like, you never see it coming. But they end up having a great season. Like,
that's what I mean. Or like, I want. Oh Lord, I hit the wrong button. But the right button. But you know, sometimes like I don't want it to be like, well, he's a 63 overall receiver. He can't catch.
Yeah,
he can catch. He's just not, you know, Antonio Brown
going into traffic and doing all of that. Like, basically, if you get him in space and you pass him the ball if he's open, and you are able to get him hot, then you feel like you should be able to carry that over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, if next week I don't...
Jahi having the season that he had, and then it was just like, yeah, but he stayed hot. He stayed on it.
But then, you know, some games he wasn't. So it's not like they made him into Adrian Peterson or nothing, but, you know, decent. And it sounds weird the way I'm gonna put it, because I don't really know how else to put it. But if in that instance, and I'm thinking more specifically, I know you probably don't remember, but not this past season, but the season before that, when the Steelers played the Seahawks, and Marcus Wheaton went off for 200-something yards.
Yeah.
And then, you know, next week, you know, he's Marcus Wheaton again.
yeah.
So, like, if somehow, you know, you're looking for a guy and, you know, he becomes basically, you know, his overall can change for that game. You know, like, in game.
Right.
But you kind of, like, you kind of, it kind of
like how Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl just, like, all of a sudden, ever since that game where he had that interception, he been like their #1 corner in the Patriots.
Right.
Like,
but what I mean, though, that don't always happen.
Yeah.
You know, you might catch, you know, the game-winning interception in the Super Bowl, but, well, David Tyree, you know, he didn't become no superstar after that.
Yeah.
You know, he went back to being same old David Tyree.
I think, honestly, a way that you can actually do that is if you had it to where if the player makes a mistake or if they get beat, then it's like, all right, you go back to your overall rating until the next time you, like, have a defining moment. Like, you could call it like a defining moment and it triggers them like a boost or something. But then that next moment, if they get beat on a route, or they blow coverage, or you pick the wrong defense and it causes them to get messed up, then it just kill their momentum. Something like that. That would be a perfect setup for it, honestly.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Especially another thing, like, another reason that's like legitimate. Another reason that's legitimate is because, like, have you ever noticed how rarely, outside of the Patriots, and the Patriots don't win all the time. They don't always win the Super Bowl. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, but they don't always win the Super Bowl. They haven't won every single one. But the team that's the favorite, or the team that's hot, or, you know, the team during the regular season, it's not always the team that end up winning the Super Bowl.
Right, because look at Dallas.
To show you, just because you have this overall, or you got this, or you just good, don't mean that in every single game it's going to be that way. Because if that's the case, Tom Brady and everybody else will have like 10 Super Bowls. Like the way that the Dallas Cowboys was playing, even though a lot of people, you know, it is Dallas, people grown to hate them. The way they was playing in the regular season, you would have thought that they would have been the ones to actually go all the way. That's not how it worked out. And they lost to a team, to me, in my opinion, that they should have beat. I understand that, you know, Aaron Rodgers is, that's what it was, right? Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, because it was like on some last minute stuff.
Yeah, that out route.
But for some reason, that team, Dallas, that week took forever to get the ball rolling. Forever. So it can't just be this player is trash, so he's going to be trash every week we play with him in Madden. And it can't be this team has this overall. So we are going to just let them kill you every time y'all match up.
Right, because that's...
I honestly think that's part of the reason between us, it's kind of our fault too, between us always bringing back people who are inactive, like who have been inactive like the last 4 Maddens. Between the combination of that and then you run into people that just are building super teams every year, it's killing the league. Like,
yeah, because I mean,
you get a team to a certain level, it makes you not even want to play no more. You feel like your team don't have a chance at all.
People want to, you know, sort of focus on, you know, people that annoy them or, you know, stuff like that. You know, I don't know how many times they call for Rick to be kicked out of the league. I'm like, that's the most active, you know.
Right. Like, you want Rick to be kicked out of the league, but then you bring back DT.
Every year.
Like, every year.
You give Ghost a spot over, you know, this person. Like, I don't care if you trash. I care if you play your game. Like, it's not good for the league to have a bunch of, you know, a top-heavy league where, you know, you have the same people. But, you know, I would rather have a bunch of people I know going to play their games instead of having to look for somebody every week.
Yeah. That'd be my thing, honestly. Because having to chase people down and all of that, it caused you to have to like lose out on XP and stuff like that.
Let the record stand that I whooped your ass.
You did. You did.
The score don't indicate that, but I beat the hell out of you.
Whatever you want to say, boss. Pick 6. Sack fumble. Touchdown. Pick 6.
You thought.
Oh, what a bomb.
You thought.
That's what I'm talking about, Madden. If it had been tipped, he would have caught it, but we can't catch that wide open. Cool. Alright, well, that's all we got for y'all. We'll be back eventually, one of these days.
Soon.
Yeah, you're the quarterback.
Yes,
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Maybe even today, maybe later today when the rest of the guys get on.
Just remember, I beat his ass.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
16 is not an ass.
Beat your ass.